State if you'll call your next witness.
The state calls Detective Noah Ballard.
All right, if you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. Just make sure you keep your voice up so everyone can hear. And if you'll state your name for the record.
My name is Detective Noah Ballard. My last name is spelled Ballard.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Detective Ballard, how are you currently employed?
I'm employed by the San Antonio Police Department in the homicide unit.
And how long have you been with the San Antonio Police Department?
I'm in my 13th year right now.
Okay. Are you certified peace officer?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you just explain to the jury the training you underwent to become a police officer with the San Antonio Police Department?
Sure. So I went through the San Antonio Police Academy. It's about, I want to say, between 6 and 8 months of training down at the police academy. And then once we graduate there, we're out on the streets. And then prior to that, I did 4 years in college for my criminal justice degree as well.
Okay. And can you explain to the jury what the process looks like to become a detective within the San Antonio Police Department?
So once you hit your 5-year mark on the department, you're allowed to take a test. The test is probably the hardest test I've ever taken in my life. The material you have to memorize and recall from is literally about this thick. It's General Manual, Code of Criminal Procedure, Texas Penal Code, and then there's also a college textbook, and we have to read all of it multiple times. And that way, when we take this test, we try to recall from that material.
All right. Now, regarding your role as a detective with the homicide unit, what type of cases do you investigate?
Currently, I investigate murders and officer-involved shootings, as well as in custody deaths.
Okay. And back in April of 2024, were you with the homicide division of the San Antonio Police Department?
Yes, I was.
Okay. At that time, were you investigating homicides or were you assigned to something different?
I was assigned to the aggravated assault detail. So on the aggravated assault detail, we investigate, well, obviously aggravated assaults, regular assaults, misdemeanor assaults, a host of other offenses, but those are the main ones.
Okay. So back between April and June of 2024, were you assigned a case involving a Johnny De La Rosa and Nadia Newton?
Yes, I was.
Okay. How did you become involved in that case?
So it came to my desk as an arrest case. We have a rotation that we go through, and I was up next for the next arrest case. They get assigned pretty much daily to the different detectives in the office. And so I was assigned that case to look through.
Okay. And when you received the case, who is the original suspect?
The original suspect was Nadia.
And who is the original victim?
Johnny De La Rosa.
Okay. And then through your viewing of the case and the evidence and reports, were there any eyewitnesses that were associated with this case?
Yes, there was.
How many?
There was one. His name was Travis.
Okay. And so when you received the case, were you able to determine, was there like one scene or multiple scenes?
There was multiple. There was the main one where everything kind of took place, and then there was the two separate areas where Nadia and Johnny kind of departed to
Okay.
separately.
All right. And so once you received the case, what steps did you take to conduct follow-up investigation?
Sure. So I read all the reports that come with the case jacket. Look through any necessary body cam footage, read through the different statements. From there, go out to the scene, look at the scene. I'll kind of do a quick overview, make sure there's just some evidence that was missed, and then I'll look for and canvas for video footage.
Okay. And so in this case, did you canvass for any surveillance video?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And were you able to obtain that?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
Okay. And you reviewed it? at the time that you conducted your investigation?
I did, yes.
Okay. And then regarding any other videos, did you make contact with Nadia Newton at the time?
I did speak to Nadia, yes.
Okay. And did you try to obtain anything from her cell phone?
I did. It came to my attention that there was supposed to be videos on both individuals' phones. I met with Nadia. We had her phone in evidence. And I tried to, it was cracked and broken. So I tried to power it on and get it to work, and it was completely dead. So we were not able to obtain videos from her phone because of the state of the phone.
Okay. And then at some point, were you able to obtain anything from the defendant's cell phone?
Yes, I was. I was able to obtain a video.
Okay. So I am going to publish what has been entered into evidence as State's Exhibit number 5. And detective, if you're having issues viewing on the screen in front of you, just feel free to turn around and look at the big screen.
How much of this? I didn't stop your car. That's your car, no? That's your car, right? You're the one getting close to me. You didn't get away.
Nah, you ain't get away. I'll tell you this. It's fucked up. Nah. Don't. You just look.
Back up.
Look.
Fucking.
Nah. Oh, no, they got your blame shit. Look. I wanna never come near you because I'm sick of this. Look.
Don't come near me. I just said,
Look.
fucking come near me.
No.
Fuck up and get out of here.
No, I'm the cool cat.
There's nothing.
Yeah, look.
I told you already to leave the fuck alone.
What's that, girlfriend? Look, you're a nut, and I get that. Look, there's something wrong with Ted Head, and I get it. I really do. But
Get the fuck out of here.
don't talk to me like that. You got nothing to worry about.
You're talking about talk to you like that.
Look,
Fuck you, pussy. Seriously, fuck.
I'm the cool, you're the pussy.
It's fucking bullshit.
I'm the cool, you're the pussy. I'm the cool
That's
because
bullshit. Why the fuck are you still here?
yes, you already know all that.
Doing all that, bro. You're doing all this. You keep touching me and shit like that. You keep
You're always touching, you're the one swinging your blade, you're the one doing all the fake
leave
things,
me the fuck alone.
Yo,
Are you
I'm the bro.
fucking me? And you wanna piss me the fuck off? So
Come on.
fucking bad. You wanna piss me off so fucking bad. Fuck you. No, not that saying nothing. You're the one pissing me the fuck off. Get the fuck back. Get the fuck back, bro. Fuck you. What are you doing?
Oh shit! Fucking stab me! Get the fuck back! Fuck back! You fucking stabbed me in the lung! You fucking stabbed me, you psycho! No self-defense, you fucking stabbed me! I'm calling 911! Somebody call 911! Somebody call 911! You get the fuck off me, you son of a bitch! You helped her! Remember, you already fucking helped her!
And so is that a fair and accurate copy of the video that you obtained from Johnny De La Rosa's cell phone?
It's I believe
Well,
not the entire.
Hold on, okay. Except to comply with legal rules, is that a fair and accurate depiction of the video that you obtained from the cell phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so once you were able to observe that cell phone video and the surveillance video that you obtained from the car wash, what determination did you make regarding Nadia's involvement and her being charged and listed as a suspect?
So once I viewed the both videos, the surveillance video and this video, came to determine that Nadia was acting in self-defense when she stabbed Johnny, and that Johnny shooting Nadia was not can't think of the word.
Justified?
Justified. It was not justified.
And so what behaviors or personal observations did you make that led you to believe that?
So right off the bat in the video surveillance, you can see that Johnny pulls up in his vehicle aggressively, almost running over Nadia. It appeared to me from the video that had Nadia maybe not realized that vehicle was there, she was going to get hit by that vehicle that he was in. Nadia was really minding her own business. She was walking to the bus is what she told me, to go to some store.
Well, Judge, if they're gonna be hearsay, I'm gonna object to hearsay.
Sustained.
And so I can see on the video that, like I said, it appeared to me she almost got hit by the vehicle, and she continues to try to leave. And so as she's trying to leave, something stops where she turns around. It appears to me that she was trying to record the video or to record Johnny, and then immediately he exits the vehicle aggressively towards her, and they kind of meet and start recording and conversing. And I believe that's where the cell phone video comes into play.
Judge, I'm gonna object to narrative response.
Sustained.
Okay. And so, after you stated you made a personal observation that Nadia Newton was retreating, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so, did you personally observe her line of escape being interfered with in any way?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and who was interfering with her ability to leave?
That was Johnny. He would not let her continue to leave.
Okay. And so then in your role as a detective with the homicide unit, have you investigated?
Judge, I'm gonna object to relevance about any other cases. I don't think it's relevant here, and I don't think he should be allowed to make a statement that invades the purview of the jury to determine what actually happened, whether it
Alright.
was self-defense.
All right, if I'll hear the question and then I'll hear your objection.
Have you investigated any cases involving motor vehicles versus pedestrians or anything like that?
I'm gonna object to relevance.
All right, that objection will be overruled.
Yes, I have.
Okay, and in your training and experience, can a motor vehicle be used as a deadly weapon?
Yes, it can be used as a deadly weapon.
Okay. And so at some point in the video that we've observed, where does Nadia end up before she's stabbed? Like, is it closer to the road, or what was your personal observation regarding that?
Are you talking about right before the stabbing?
Before she stabs Johnny De La Rosa, where was she?
She was actually in the street. A vehicle had just gone by, and then she was pushed out into the street.
Okay. And in the video that we've seen, at the time that Johnny De La Rosa produces his firearm and shoots Nadia Newton, was she, or did it appear that she was advancing toward him or continuing to try to stab him at that point?
No, there was a lull in time, and this is from the surveillance video. There's a lull in time. It did not appear like she was going to continue to try to stab him, and she was not advancing towards him. They were just kind of standing there.
Okay. And so after you observed these two videos, what was your recommendation regarding any charges involving Nadia Newton?
I immediately came to the conclusion I wanted to have those charges dropped against Nadia Newton.
Okay. And after you decided or determined through your investigation that charges against her should be dropped, did you determine an alternative suspect in the case?
Yes, that was Johnny.
Okay. And did you have probable cause to believe that the defendant, Johnny De La Rosa, had committed a crime?
Yes, I did.
And what crime was that?
Well, I had probable cause for two.
Well, regarding the shooting.
That would be aggravated assault with deadly weapon.
Okay. And who was that against?
That was against Nadia.
Okay. And then ultimately, did you submit that case to the DA's office for prosecution?
Yes, I did.
We pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, defense.
Detective, did you make a report?
Yes, sir, I did.
Now, I'm trying to wrap my head around all this stuff. So did you charge Johnny De La Rosa with aggravated assault for driving his vehicle onto the driveway?
He was charged with aggravated assault for,
My question was, did you charge him for aggravated assault for driving his car into the driveway in front of Nadia?
for driving his car on the driveway. No, I did not.
Okay, all right. So we can agree, I guess. Now I guess you've talked to the state. Now you're saying that you could have charged him, but you didn't at the time, right?
The charge was based on the entirety of the incident.
Okay, my question is, did you charge him for aggravated assault for cutting her off in his car?
I charged him for the entirety of the incident.
Okay,
So that
that-
was included in the totality of the
Okay.
circumstances.
So you're doing the whole totality now? I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying, that you could have charged him for aggravated assault for cutting her off in his car, right? That's what you told the state, correct?
So I
So,
think I'm gonna object as to mischaracterization of the testimony. I don't think it was stated that the defendant could have been charged for that.
Judge, I would like him to answer the question as opposed to the prosecutor.
All right. So I'm going to ask you to listen to the question. If you don't understand the question, you'll have to let counsel know. All right?
So the state talked to you about vehicles as deadly weapons, right?
correct.
Remember that question?
Yes.
Okay. And they asked about whether or not a vehicle can be used as a deadly weapon. And you talked about Johnny cutting Nadia off in his car, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So the question is, did you charge him for cutting her off in his car? I guess alleging his vehicle as a deadly weapon.
That specific instance, that specific of what, that specific event is not the reason why he was charged with aggravated assault.
Okay. So I guess you looked at the video from the gas station, right?
The car wash.
Oh, car wash, yeah. And you saw the interaction between Johnny and Nadia, right? And then the third person who showed up, correct?
Yes, Travis.
Okay. And there was a question asked about line of escape being cut off, right?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
There was a question asked to you by the prosecutor about Nadia's line of escape being cut off.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you looked at that video, right?
I did.
Okay, and there wasn't an escape being made. Nadia ran to the front of Johnny's car to videotape the license plate, correct?
To capture the license plate.
Okay,
yes.
so that wasn't really an escape. Would you agree with me? Not like
Um,
you characterized it.
I would not agree with you. I believe she's still trying to escape at that point.
Escape to take a picture of the license plate or what?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how that's characterized as an escape when you run to take a picture of a license plate.
Well, it appears to me she was trying to take a picture of the license plate in the motion of trying to get out of there. And then unfortunately, Johnny followed her there and started pushing her into the
Okay.
street.
It appear, that's not reflected in your report, is it, about the line of escape question?
The,
Do you have your report in front of you? Do you have your report in front of you?
I do not.
So Detective, I'm gonna hand you this. Can you tell me if this is the report you prepared?
Yes, this is a prosecution guy that I prepared. Yes.
Okay, can you review that to yourself? Don't read it out loud and then let me know when you've done. Let me see. Did you review that prior to testifying today?
Yes, I did.
So it should be pretty fresh in your mind, right?
Yes. You said you did not want me to read it out loud?
Not
correct?
out loud, no, sir.
Okay, all right.
Are you, you got
What was your
it?
question again? I'm sorry.
Do you have you refreshed your recollection?
Yes,
Okay. Is there anything in your report about a line of escape?
I did not write that specifically in my report.
Okay, and so when did you, I guess, this line of escape thought come to mind? Was it after you met with the prosecutor, since it's not reflected in your report?
Well, would you like me to read from the report? I
No.
can Explain.
I just asked you, does it say line of escape in your report?
Those specific words, it does not say that.
Okay. So you reviewed the video, you talked to Nadia. Did you talk to this other person as well?
Travis, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
I did not speak to Travis.
Okay. But it's clear from the video that Johnny doesn't take his gun out until after he's stabbed, correct?
That is what the video appears to show.
Yeah. So there was no use or exhibition of deadly force until after Johnny had been stabbed, right?
Incorrect.
What?
I do not agree with that.
Okay, well, did Johnny use deadly force prior to Nadia being stabbed?
Well, we talked about how he almost ran her over with his car.
Okay, well, but you just said you didn't charge him with an offense for that, right?
That specific event did not cause me to charge him with aggravated assault.
Okay, so let's agree that's not a crime.
I did not agree with that.
Okay, then why didn't you charge him?
He was charged with aggravated assault based on the totality of the circumstances.
I understand you're saying the whole totality of the circumstances, but if you want to split hairs, let's split hairs. Okay, so you're saying now that him cutting off in the car was essentially aggravated assault, right?
Essentially.
Okay, but you didn't charge him with it.
Are you asking if I didn't charge him with an additional count of aggravated assault?
Okay, I understand what you're doing and that you're trying to parse words and things like that. But you did not charge him with aggravated assault for cutting her off with his car, right?
Judge, I'm gonna object us to argumentative.
You're not answering the question.
Sustain. And if you'll listen to the question and ask the question. All right, you may proceed.
You didn't charge him with aggravated assault for cutting her off in his car, right?
For that specific one is not why I charged him with aggravated assault.
Okay, I understand. Okay, so now we've got that clear. So then there's no exhibition of deadly force or use of deadly force by Johnny De La Rosa until after he's been stabbed by Nadia, correct?
Okay, so I don't agree with that because of, I already explained about the vehicle, him and his vehicle almost cutting her off. That's fine. But also he's pushing her inside into the highway where there's multiple vehicles. You can already see vehicles flying by. And so to me, that is considered some deadly force. I mean, she could lose her life, lose her limb, get hit by a vehicle, and he's causing that.
Okay, so you're saying pushing somebody is deadly force?
Into a highway, yes.
Okay, that's okay. So I guess I'm trying to get your clarify your thought process. Okay, so there are two people engaged in a pushing and shoving match, right?
Are you asking if that's what happened in this instance, or are you giving?
You saw the whole video, right?
I did see the whole. Video.
Okay, they're arguing back and forth, they're videotaping each other, right?
Correct.
Okay, Nadia at one point in time, right, prior to running towards his car, throws Johnny's cell phone, right?
It looks like she smacks it out of.
Okay, and then she runs towards the car, right?
Correct.
And then they're pushing and shoving, I guess, back and forth right there by the car, correct?
It looks to me that it's more he's pushing her. I didn't really see her pushing him back.
I guess the jury can make that determination from
Okay.
looking at it. But at no point in time does Johnny pull a gun out until after he's been stabbed twice, right?
I can't see I don't see that. I only see him pull the gun out once he's been stabbed.
Yeah. Yeah. So he doesn't exhibit a gun. He doesn't do anything until after he's been stabbed, right? And after he's been stabbed, he's knocked to the ground, right? By Travis, correct?
He pulls out the gun and then he's knocked to the
So then
ground.
he's got two people, one who stabbed him and a much larger person who's knocked him to the ground that are standing in front of him, right?
Correct.
Okay. And at that point in time, your argument is he can't use deadly force to protect himself, even though he's already been stabbed, right?
Correct.
Okay. And outnumbered.
Correct.
Okay. But that's your analysis, right?
That is.
Okay. And so I guess your argument is that because you think Johnny pushed Nadia out into the street, that she was justified in stabbing him. Is that correct?
That's not solely the reason, but that is a large part of it.
Okay. So I guess to you, that's the crux of the matter. If she hadn't been pushed into the street, then it's not okay for her to stab him?
I can't surmise what could or could not happen. I can only go based on what I saw and what did happen.
Well, I guess it comes down to the determination whether or not she was actually shoved in the street or went there on her own, correct?
I'm sorry, it comes down to if she was pushed by Johnny, is what you're asking?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not solely that. Again,
What is it?
I mean, you don't have to push somebody to get them into the street. You can walk towards them, cut them off.
So if I walk towards somebody, they're justified in stabbing me?
That's not what I said.
Well, you're essentially saying if I walk towards somebody and they back up into the street, they can stab me.
What I'm trying to explain is that you're asking me to surmise about something that
You've already
that
been
didn't
doing it.
actually happen. Okay. So what I'm trying to explain is that there's a host of reasons. It doesn't mean that he just pushes her and then can get stabbed. He could have walked towards her and blocked her from leaving, and then she keeps walking back into traffic. And at that point, if she felt, again, it all comes together with the totality of the circumstances. If she felt like she was in danger and he's causing that potential loss of life or serious bodily injury, she would be justified in stabbing him.
So really, it's the jury determining whether or not they thought her action was justified in stabbing him, correct?
I mean, that's why they're here.
Okay. Pass the witness.
Detective, so regarding the line of escape that we talked about, you have a copy of your report in front of you, correct?
I do.
Okay, and so in that report, you stated that the victim, Nadia Newton, continued to try to leave the area. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you further stated in that report that the defendant initiated the incident by almost running the victim over with his vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so when we're talking about the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, there are multiple different ways to get that charge legally. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And have you been trained in the Texas Penal Code?
Yes.
Okay. And so you're aware that one way to get an aggravated
I'm
assault.
going to object to leading the witness.
All right, the objection to the leading will be sustained.
Okay. And so the charge that we're here for today is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, correct?
Yes.
All right. And so if somebody threatens another person with a deadly weapon, could that be considered an aggravated
I'm
assault?
going to
with a
object to
deadly
relevance,
weapon?
Judge. I'm going to object to speculation, but
Judge,
it's
I
not
think-
relevant whether that doesn't apply here.
I think he opened the door, Your
But with
Honor.
regards to relevancy, that will be overruled. And I'm sorry, counsel, what was your other?
Speculation.
With regards to speculation, that will be overruled.
Okay. So you can go ahead and answer the question.
Could you repeat it? I'm sorry.
Yes. If there was a person that made a threat against another with a deadly weapon, that's considered aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And so when we're talking about this case here and the defendant, Johnny De La Rosa, almost running over Nadia Newton, that in and of itself could be enough for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, correct?
Yes, it can.
Okay, but when we're talking about the totality of the circumstances and your investigation, can you please explain to the jury what you mean by that?
Sure. So I think the best way to explain it, what I was trying to convey is that let's say you have an incident where an individual shoots and stabs somebody, right? You have two different means or two different weapons. That's not two different charges of aggravated assault. That's aggravated assault because that's the totality of everything. So in this instance, you have multiple kind of things that are going on. You might have individual events or actions that can be aggravated assault, but it's one charge of aggravated assault. We tend to do multiple counts of aggravated assault, say if it's against multiple different individuals.
Okay, and so when we're talking about the totality of the circumstances, that also goes to the reasonableness of the fear that Nadia felt. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so when we're looking at her perspective of what was occurring, when you're speaking about the totality of the circumstances, are you pointing to the motor vehicle almost running her over, and then how the defendant continually advances toward her, and then how she runs away to the car and he's following her? Is that what you mean by that?
Yes,
Okay.
he actually tells her like, no, you're not gonna, he didn't say that, but he says no when she's trying to leave.
Okay. And so as previously stated, you've watched both of the videos in this case, correct? The car wash video and the cell phone video, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And after watching those videos, what was the result of your investigation?
The charges for Nadia were dropped and then charges were filed on Johnny De La Rosa.
Okay. We passed the witness, Your Honor.
Okay. So let's go back to this whole thing with the vehicle, okay? Because you talked about the ability to file multi-count, right? Right,
Yes.
multi-count indictments.
Multiple charge or
Okay.
multiple counts.
So, you don't say anything about that you're going to file charges for cutting her off in the car. I know now you're saying that with the totality of the circumstances. And you just made a statement about Johnny saying no, as if like when she was going to leave. Didn't you just say that?
I was paraphrasing, but yes.
Yeah, but that's not what happened, because the statement was no when she was running towards his car, because you saw the video.
You can replay it back. I believe as she turns to walk towards McDonald's, he goes, nah, and then gets closer to her.
Okay. And also initially when Johnny first pulls in there, Nadia leaves and then comes back, right? You see that on the video?
It looked like she came back to record him, yes.
Yeah. So she left and then came back. And at that point in time, the interaction with the two of them videotaping each other starts, correct?
She came back to record video evidence.
Okay,
a
yeah,
couple
that's
steps,
essentially
yeah.
what I said. Let me go back to this whole thing about being forced back into the street or things like that. I guess, is your decision about whether or not that justifies use of deadly force based upon the level of traffic in the street?
It's based on everything.
Well, you just
Again,
said it was
again-
hold on. No, it's not based on everything, because you said that her being forced in the street into traffic justified her use of deadly force. That's what you said earlier.
I said that, I don't remember exactly what I said, but it's to the effect of you have to look at all what's going on. And as I said earlier in my testimony, a vehicle had just driven by.
I understand. Okay, that's fine. So the question is, I guess, is your decision about whether or not either her going out into the street or being forced out into the street justifying the use of deadly force based upon the level of traffic?
That
If it's
is,
an empty street, is there a problem with being forced into the street enough to justify stabbing somebody?
again, I mean, there's a potential for that injury and death. And if you're being forced in the street by somebody that won't let you leave, that heightens the danger factor. And I don't think you have a chance to stop and look either way necessarily and decide, oh, there's no traffic coming, I'm safe.
Well, let's talk about the won't let you leave part. Okay. So when Johnny first pulls into the car wash, Nadia leaves and then comes back, right?
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
And then they have all this arguing and things like that. And then you talk about her line of escape. She runs to his car. She doesn't run away. She runs to his car to videotape it, right?
She ran away from him in the direction of his car.
Okay. Did she stop at the car and videotape it or not?
She attempted to, yes.
Okay, that's what she was doing, right? So
Right.
you talk about cutting off a line of escape. She did not escape. She ran to his car to videotape it, right?
If
Judge,
you-
I'm just gonna object us. That's invading in the province of the jury.
He watched the video.
All right, so if y'all will address your responses to the court. If you'll repeat the question, counsel.
You watched the video, correct?
I did watch the video.
More than once?
Yes,
Did you watch it prior to testifying here today?
yes, I did.
Okay. How many times?
Maybe 3.
Okay. So you'll recall seeing after Nadia knocks the cell phone out of Johnny's hands, she runs to the front of his car to videotape it, correct?
Yes, the videotape evidence.
Okay.
correct.
So you talk about cutting off a line of escape, but she stops voluntarily and starts filming his car, right?
I mean, it's very quickly in a few seconds, she slows down and he runs after her.
Okay.
She's
And
attempting,
he
she's
stopped
attempting
what-
to record his license plate so she can show it to the police later.
Okay. And she stopped, but she stopped at the car, right?
To record it, yes.
Okay. All right. So when you talk about cutting off a line of escape, he didn't cut off a line of escape. She stopped at the car voluntarily, correct?
I mean, he was cutting off a line of escape on one side and then she double backed. I mean, she essentially, because she couldn't go one way, she went another, which happened to be by his vehicle, and she stopped to get,
If you look at the video, isn't that the way she ran towards the vehicle?
yeah, she ran
Right.
towards the
Okay.
vehicle, which is backed away from where she was originally coming from until your client almost hit her with the vehicle.
Okay. And so as she ran towards the vehicle, she could have kept on going, right?
I'm sorry.
As she ran towards the vehicle, she didn't have to stop, right? She could have kept on going, correct?
She could have done a number of
Yeah.
things. She decided to slow down and attempt to get the license plate number because he was in a different vehicle than what she knew he was in previously.
Okay. You say slow down or, I mean, I guess if you look at the video, she actually stops.
I mean,
right?
yeah, I mean, it could be a half second stop, sure.
Okay. So you're saying now it was a half second stop?
Okay. I don't fully know the amount of seconds she stopped. We could replay the video and I could give you a better estimate of how long she actually stopped at the vehicle.
Well, I mean, I would hope that'd be something you've done as part of your investigation. I passed the witness.
Judge, I have no further questions.
All right, is this witness excused or subject to recall?
I do have one question. Did you make any notes as part of this report that you keep personally?
No, I did not.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, is this witness excused or subject to recall?
Excused by the state, Your Honor.
All right, the rule has been invoked. What that means is you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone during the pendency of this case. All right, if you'll remove the square microphone and your excuse.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what this is?
If you'll give it to the court reporter, please. All right, state, call your next witness.
Your Honor,
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry we're getting started a little bit later than expected. My morning docket went longer than anticipated, so it's not the defense's fault or the state's fault that we're starting at this time. All right, state, if you'll call your next witness, please. All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
My name is Jaime Martinez.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Detective Martinez, are you currently employed?
I'm a detective at the San Antonio Police Department. 28 years. I work at night CID, which is night major crimes.
Hours does night CID run?
Night CID runs from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Just so the jury's aware, night CID does not stand for night criminal
Night-
investigation.
Yes, night criminal investigation.
And does night CID provide coverage for other follow-up units such as homicide?
Yes.
And can you just explain to the jury what your duties are as a night CID detective?
Since homicide and SVU and robbery don't work at night, we cover all the night calls, all the family calls at night. So we investigate, do the preliminary investigation on those kind of cases, and then they're handed over to the follow-up unit in the morning.
Now, were you employed as a detective with night CID with FPPD on April 9th of 2020?
Yes, it was.
Okay, and on that day, were you dispatched to University Hospital?
Yes,
Okay. And on that day, did you make contact with an individual by the name of Johnny De La Rosa?
yes, I did.
Okay. Where did you make contact with him?
In the University Hospital ER? Yes, it is.
Able to obtain a statement from him on at the time you met.
Yes, I took a body worn camera statement from her.
All right, I'm gonna show you what has been marked as states exhibits number 11 and 12. Can you take a look at those for me? Do you recognize them?
Yes,
Are those a fair and accurate depiction of the statements that you took on the offense date?
yes, they are.
Okay, and have you watched them prior to taking the stand today?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And when you watched them, did you put an identifying mark on them to make sure that they're fair and accurate?
Yes, my initials are on it.
Okay, and have they been altered except to comply with legal rules in any other way?
I believe so.
It has not been altered, is that correct?
Right.
Okay. At this time, Your Honor, the state offers states 11 and 12 and gender.
Can I take the witness on board, RJ?
Yes.
So, Detective Martinez, do you often interview people in the hospital?
Yes, I do.
Okay, are there protocols in place from SAPD as far as how you handle interviewing people who are patients in the hospital?
We try to the best of our ability to speak to them by themselves, but it's an ER, so it's pretty difficult.
Well, I guess, what about more to the point about, do you try to make a determination whether or not somebody's under the influence of narcotics or pain medication prior to interviewing them?
Yes,
Okay, and that's part of is that protocol for SAPD as far as, making sure that when you're talking to somebody, they're lucid and of sound mind?
well, generally, yes, you want to make sure you get a good statement from them.
Okay, and what did you do in regard to Mr. De La Rosa to ensure that he was of sound mind to give a statement?
I just started speaking to him. If I felt that he was verbally communicating with me well, I just continued with that.
Well, you didn't know him from before, right?
No,
Okay, did you talk to a nurse or a doctor or anybody in the ER to determine whether or not he was on any sort of pain medication?
no, I
You
didn't.
interviewed him?
No,
Okay, so you had no idea at the time you were talking to him whether or not he was on narcotics or anything else, right?
no.
It's just your decision, you decide whether or not you think somebody's lucid and sound mind.
Right. If I feel he's lucid enough to take a statement.
How do you gauge that if you don't know the person?
I mean, if he's able to communicate with me, common questions answered, name, date of birth, addresses, such and so forth.
Well, I guess the question is, if you don't know the person from before, how do you know whether or not they're communicating in a normal manner or they understand what you're saying?
I'm just gonna object to the environment.
Sustained.
I'm fine, Judge. I don't mind them coming in.
All right, states exhibit number 11 and 12 are admitted without objection. Granted.
Where's that at? Texas. You're Say, wait, I'm saying, like, who is this person? The name, I'm from the name Cat. Let's start from the beginning. How do you know Cat? They were coming in the store, that's why I met them that way. So, you used to work at what? 7-Eleven. The 7-Eleven, the area? You know what street, what third eleven was in? That's Jackson. And it's a female cat. So you think the third eleven, that's your name, this person cat. Describe cat. Male, female, black, white, Spanish.
Male, female, they do, that's how they can, okay, time, so they're exactly. That's the way.
It's not like that.
Look down for a while, down for a while,
So, number 7-11, you meet this person, and you're getting to know this person. Did you date her? You didn't date her, you're just friends again. You're just getting to know her. Just getting to know him, okay? So how long ago was that? Did you still work for 7-11? How long ago was that?
that was, I say, maybe something like that.
7, 8 months ago?
Maybe longer.
Yeah. How long are you, has it been since you stopped working at 7-11?
About a good 45 minutes. You're the reason why now. Yeah.
So you started working, you were sorry, you were just working there 4 or 5 months ago. 7, 8 months ago, at 7-11, you started, and Chad never worked there.
No.
So, but what happened tonight? We're,
I saw the,
I saw Chad,
yes, and
show.
jump on himself, this one I recorded everything, I did record that.
Application?
It was just right there on the mass steps. I saw them walking by, looking for the car washes that
So you had working for yourself?
yes.
So you stopped to talk to
I stopped and talked to
them?
them.
By the car wash and I got off?
I did record it, and it's specifically signed, and if they're not, like they did want to immediately on the song there. He runs. They're trying to get the license plate from the car, so instead of saying fine, that's fine, she runs through the car. And the vehicle that she shot over there. She starts with her camera, look, stay away, I called him, stay away, I tried to go away from the car. So I wound up getting into it. I wound up getting over it, like trying to get away from the car, boarding the car, getting to it, so I got to a store with the shoe. I push her back, she comes like real close to my face. And then I push her, but then she punched me. But then I saw like, and then I saw the knife, and then as soon as I reached on my back, I felt it all wet. And then she stabbed me, and I told her to get down back. And then I guess this, like, there was another person I was with that he came out, and he's on video too. When I put you, I think he pushed me onto the ground, and when he pushed me, I rolled over onto my arm. They stood to get back. I don't know if they were both attempting to attack me at the same time, but I didn't cut myself after that. She fled, and I got stood there still trying to get up for it. I told her, you're an accomplice, you just helped it out for it. You know, I just helped it out. That's it right there. Yeah, she's gotta be first. Where was your weapon? It was, hey, it was where it was supposed to be. I think it was there, and I told him to stay away from me.
What was your weapon now when she stabbed you?
In my back.
In your back? In the holster? Where is it at now?
I still don't have it. They already asked for it the same.
Where's the phone?
The phone,
Your phone.
we was my mother.
And you recorded everything that happened on there? So she stabbed you first, and then they got pushed to the ground, then you shoot, or when do you shoot?
That.
After they push you to the ground?
Yeah, I don't have to get back. I still didn't get back to her standing there.
And you shot once. Well, I was.
Yes.
I hope that.
Yeah, and so you stated that you took that statement in the ER, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, and then was there a second follow-up that was conducted that night, different area?
yes. We got a little bit. You, each other for so long already, y'all talked for a little while, right? Were y'all gonna date or was it?
I was just trying to, I had no intention of really dating one, especially after they told me that. I had no intention of just having to be the customer and just being a
Right, but y'all were hanging, I mean, talking to each other for a while, like friends, right, don't you?
just, like I said, just, we should have asked him things about herself, like, I don't know, you should have been,
Okay.
but I was honest, there was a few things that she said.
She goes to take
And this is after I told her, it's just how, and but she thought it's over the fine. She has to interrupt you, she thought it over the fine.
and she's taking your videotaping your
And she
son.
has a knife the whole time as well, and out in her hand and everything.
So you have video of her with her knife out?
Yes, I do.
And is your or is your guys?
No, it did not come out. So that other individual pushed me to the ground, I was with her, whoever, that other, that Caucasian gentleman.
So you, she's got a knife recording your car.
Yes.
And then go from there.
So knife recording the car, I pushed her away, she went down the street. My foolishness, this only means because I was trying to tell her to get on the street, because she ran out on the street, pulled her up through, she pulled into me. I pushed her off at this time, I pushed her off in front of me. She did something very inappropriate, but I pushed her away too after that.
What did she do?
But instead, I guess she took the opportunity to pull him just when she got and everything, I'm guessing.
Alright, cool. So that's where I'm losing you. So you go, she's recording your car, you push her away from your car.
No push. And she popped, she goes off.
So you didn't push, what did you do?
I said, I will get away from my car.
So you got between,
And then, for me, the car, she goes off to the side of the street stuff.
so what did you do? She's recording your car, what did you do? You didn't push her, you didn't push her, what did you do?
I ran out to her, like, not push her, but got between her and the car and I tell her, you get off, get gone.
So you got between you and
her car, so she can be recording the vehicle and I get no more of my information. She her main goal was to get the plate, but then she says I got to pay him. And then she was up walking off around, or not walking off, she got it off. She wound up in the street, and then that's when that happened to where I got close and all that.
Okay, so you get between her and the car, she darts off to the street, and what did you do?
That's when so we run, and then me and her, she does that closest thing, then she got into it during that part. Now, I don't know if her intention was to just do that, just to get closer to, because apparently that was her intention.
So she got close to you or you got close to her?
The second time, okay, so during that time I was saying, that's when she came in close. I was going for it, but she came in close by her own volition, to just get me. That's how I wanted with this. I thought she punched me or something.
Okay,
But I was like,
how close did she get to you?
and right here, and she.
So,
It happened very fast, and I don't want to sound, and I don't want to confuse you or myself.
so she got close to you, right? And what did she do that was inappropriate? Just got do it by getting close
She
to
was
you?
getting to me,
Huh?
so
Did you make any contact with her?
Huh?
Did you make contact with her? How close were you?
Super close, and I pushed her off of me, but that's when she stabbed me. I guess that's when she was stabbing me. Now, I don't know what her intention was for that, whether it was to trick me out and thinking she was trying to do something else or what, but in my mind, from the final conclusion of me, her whole intention was just to get my attention and what she did, and she did stab me. And then after that, that guy came and he rushed me or whatever. He said, get the hell out. I don't know if they had that worked out prior to that. I don't know.
Tipping over when you shoot. Okay, she gets close into you,
Yeah.
stabs you.
I was
So where, go from there.
in shock for the like. At first I think she hits me, and then when I feel that and I feel this blue, then I'm like, oh, then that's what then the other guy comes by. Again, this happened so quick, so I don't want to be saying, I would not want to say somebody else on film.
Right.
So he comes, the other individual comes, I don't know his name or anything, he pushes me in the bag, and I fall over, and it wasn't concealed carry either, it was open carry. So it was open carry already, they already knew I was there, so he pushes me, boom, I fall over, and then that's when I produce. And then that's when I tell him to get away from me. She's already stabbed me, you're already helping her. both of you get back. They didn't leave, and then I discharged, and then that, she still didn't leave for a while, and then she left.
How far was she when you discharged?
Right next to me.
She's standing in front of you?
No, literally like right here. They're both right in front of me. He's here, she's there. They're both right.
Are you standing back up or here to the ground?
No, I'm standing. I get back up and I'm telling them to get back, but they did not get back up. I told them to get back. And I'm standing my ground. And I told them.
Are you shoot and you still holding the phone or you put the phone away or?
No, I'm holding the phone. I'm trying to hold the phone back. She did slap the phone out of my hand twice during the time too.
Oh.
So I was going for the phone and that.
Okay.
She did keep slapping the phone out of my hand as well.
Okay, so
Yes.
you confront her, when y'all are talking about this, she goes to record your car, you get between you and the car, she darts out of the traffic, and then you walk towards her, she gets in close to you, stabs you, and
No. There's that thing where she gets
stabs you, you push her, the other guy comes running and knocks you in the back,
Yes.
and then you stand up, produce your weapon.
No, I hold from the ground, I produce, then from the ground, then I tell them, from the ground to get back. And as I'm getting up, they still hadn't backed away, and that's when I discharged after that.
Okay, you discharge and she's like right next to
She's
you.
still, even after the discharge, she just standing there, and the other guy too, still.
And she's still holding the knife at that point?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, when she gets in close to you, see, everything sounds pretty much what I've already heard from other people. The only thing different is that I heard different is that you grabbed her and you kissed her.
I grabbed her and kissed her. I got her threw away.
Did she kiss you or did you kiss her? Or was there anything related to a kiss? Because you think you got
Originally, that was her original intention too, before she was trying to do that to make it to seem to trip me up mentally and stab me.
Okay, look. Okay, just to get this straight. Whether you kissed her or she kissed you, it doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah.
None of that justifies being
It's trying to kill me.
okay. So if you don't want to, whether you kissed her or not, I don't care. That doesn't.
No, it's
None of
not.
that justifies being stabbed.
That's not even funny. I'm gonna say this one. I don't know how they see me. I do not see them any sort of way. I know that they have their own orientation. I don't know what is, again,
Was there a kiss?
I understand.
So was there a kiss or wasn't there a kiss? Was there a kiss or no kiss?
To me, no, they did jump right next to me and I pushed them off. Everything happened so fast. I wanna say no, and if they did, then they did, but I wanna say no.
So it was close enough though.
It was close enough, but I'm gonna say, just out of self-respect, I'm gonna say.
So you get close, she gets close, you stab,
I wanna
and
say
then
that's
you
what
push
it's for. Yeah, I wanna see what that whole thing was for, just so she could stab me. And I'm gonna chalk it up to that,
Okay.
period.
And then they're all standing right in front of you.
Yes.
And she's still on the knife. You fire once, she's still like,
Let's get this correct. I am on the ground, I'm good. When I told them stand back,
stand up.
I
Produce
produce
on the ground,
on the ground.
stand up.
Whatever. Produce on the ground, tell them stay back, right back. Then I erect. Then they're still there.
Mhm.
Then I
Gotcha.
project. And then she's still there. Then I won, then they finally came.
Okay.
And
You stayed there too?
he stayed there too, bro. Still running his mouth. Oh, you're an accomplice all the time. He still stayed there running his mouth.
And then she finally did
He
something.
said none of them made any attempt whatsoever to call any sort of like anyone. I was saying like she stabbed me, call 911. Somebody call 911. Somebody call 911. I don't know what they did, but they fled the scene. I didn't.
And so at the time that you took this statement, person that you took the statement from, he identified himself as Johnny De La Rosa, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, and at the time that you took the statement, was he being treated as a suspect or victim?
as a victim.
And was that in large part based on the statement that he provided?
Yes,
Okay, and at that time, have you obtained any video evidence in the case?
No.
Okay. And so the cell phone video that he referred to in his statement, have you viewed that at the time that you took the statement?
no,
Okay, and was there any follow-up on your part to obtain the car wash video on that night?
no, there wasn't.
Okay, and to be fair, that's not really within your duties, is that correct?
Correct.
And so once you take those initial statements and generate your report, is that like the conclusion of your involvement in the case?
Yes,
Okay, and then is it transferred to follow-up?
yes, it is.
And is that what was done in this case?
Yes.
You have to.
All right, defense.
Did you take a statement from Nadia Newton?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And was it that same night?
Yes,
And this Nadia Newton person, I guess, gave you their version of events, right?
yes.
And did you ever, I guess, after you interviewed this person, ever look at the video from the car wash?
No,
You haven't seen a video, the cell phone video that was discussed, correct?
Right.
Do you have your report in front of
no, I don't.
you? You made one, right?
Yes,
Approach witness judge.
Yes.
Take a look at that. Tell us if that's your report.
yes, it is.
Okay. Did you review it prior to testifying?
Yes, I did.
Okay, can I see it real quick? So in here you have a narrative, I guess the statement you took from Mr. De La Rosa,
Yes,
and I guess you took your narrative off the video, is that correct? Okay. Did you have any personal notes that you made for this case?
just a lot of date of births and addresses.
Okay, I know some detectives keep personal notes on cases. Do you,
Mhm.
do you do that on your cases?
I do have some personal notes. But
Okay, do you have personal notes on this case?
I'm not sure if I do have them.
Okay. Were you asked to bring those if you had them?
No.
Okay. Just when we approach,
Yes.
you, where did you, oh, I'm sorry, it says you interviewed Miss Newton at the University Hospital, is that correct?
Yes,
Can you, I guess, just read to yourself your summation of the testimony of Miss Newton?
And I'm
Don't-
sorry.
Yeah, don't read it out loud, just read it.
Oh,
to
so just so the record can be clear, if you could mark.
I will,
that-
Judge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Number 2. Yes, it would be number 2.
Yeah, so if you could read, don't read out loud, just read to yourself the summation of your interview with Miss Newton. So do you recall what Miss Newton, what she said happened at the time she stabbed Mr. De La Rosa?
yes.
Okay, what was that? Judge, I'm not offering for the truth of matter asserted.
All right, the objection will be sustained.
So you took a statement from Miss Newton, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Did you ever follow up with her and take a subsequent statement, or was that just something you passed on to the lead?
yes. Pass on to the follow-up unit.
Okay. So your entire duty was making those two interviews that night.
Yes,
Did you videotape Miss Newton's statement?
yes, I did.
Okay. Judge, I pass the witness.
All right, and this witness is subject to recall?
If the court could ask him about.
Sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you could give us 2 minutes, if you could just wait in the hallway, please. All right, so the rule has been invoked, but it appears that you'll probably be subject to recall. Any notes that you have that you've made in regard to this case, I want you to look for them and bring them back with you to court.
Okay.
All right, and do you know if you'll be able to do that today?
Today,
Mhm.
I can check today, yes.
All right, so if you'll check today and see if you have those. And if you do have them, I want you to make sure that the state has them so they can turn them over to the defense. If for some reason you don't have any notes, then want you to let the state know, and then the defense, if you want him called back to question him about that, you're more than welcome to do so.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna depend on what he tells us as far as whether he has notes, or if he had them, what happened to him.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So you're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone regarding this case until this case is concluded. Of course, you may speak to the state or the defense about these notes, or if notes exist.
Yes.
All right, thank you. If you'll remove the swear. All right, and state, do you have another witness?